Hey, my name is Alicia, and today I'm going to teach you about the Asta Bandha. So the Asta Bandha is a way in yoga that we can prevent wrist injury, and it'll also help us create a stable foundation. First, what is a bandha? A bandha is a way for us to trap energy in one part of the body and then we redirect it. So the Asta Bandha allows us to redirect this energy that we place in the wrist and in the base of our hand up towards the rest of our arm as well as into our shoulder. And this will allow us to lift up higher and also create more strength in the body. This, over time, this will make our practice stronger, and then this will also allow us to do more advanced postures such as arm balancings and inversions. So, what is an Asta Bandha? Asta means hand, and Bandha means lock in Sanskrit. So, the Asta Bandha is whenever we place our hands on the mat or it makes contact with the earth. This can be seen all the way from tabletop to plank, and then it can also be seen in our foundations of yoga in our downward facing dog. And then we can see this continue to be used once we really start to understand how the Asta Bandha works. We see this in our arm balancing postures and inversions. So it's really, really important to learn so we have a really strong foundation, and this will prevent wrist pain and discomfort throughout our practice. So it's really important to learn, especially as we're getting started to transition to these more advanced moves. So how do we do this? So to first start to really feel the Asta Bandha, I'd like you to place your hands together in a prayer position and then start to press into your palms and just start to notice where you start to feel that. Turn your hands to face away from you and then look at the base of your hands. You shouldn't see any sort of space in between there. It should just be flat space where your palms are meeting each other. Now turn your hands back to face up. Now we're going to activate our Asta Bandha. So again, this time we're going to press into the finger mounds of your hand as well as through your fingertips. Start to press into that area of your hand. Now, start to press more of your weight towards your pointer finger and towards your thumb. Start to notice that the pinky edge side of your hand is now starting to lift up a little bit more. So now this is how we activate the Asta Bandha. We're starting to redirect our energy, our force here towards our pointer finger as well as our thumb. Now, once you have that sensation, that feeling, turn your hand away from you again. This time, you should start to notice that you will see some space in between the base of your hand. It's almost as if you could fit a pencil in between that space. So what this is doing now, start to turn your hands back up. Also, take a moment to notice that there is no more pressure at the arch of your hands. It's almost as if you're creating a suction cup around the finger mounds, the sides of the hands, and there's no sensation or pressure applied to the center of the hands. So through this movement, now we've activated our Asta Bandha. We're redirecting the point of impact. It'll be now directed towards the center of the hand, and this really takes away the pressure from the joints, the back of the hand, our delicate wrist bones. And now it's moving it towards the center of the hand, which is a lot stronger, and then we can redirect using that suction cup force. We redirect that sensation, that force up our arm and then up to our shoulders. Now we have a lot stronger base. We have that center of the hand, and then we also have these strong muscles here, and that'll help to lift the body up higher. So now that we've found that sensation here, let's move to a tabletop position, and then we'll move to a downward facing dog, just so you start to really understand how this works. So join me in a tabletop. Start to press into your fingers super wide. Your pointer fingers are facing forward. Press into all 4 fingers here. Now start to grip the mat almost as if you're trying to create claws with the hands. Now, remembering what we did from that prayer position, start to bring more of that force towards your pointer finger and your thumb. Starting to feel less pressure on the pinky side of the hand as well as the heels of the hands. We're now directing that sensation, our weight, towards the front of the fingertips, more where the finger mounds are rather than the back of the hands. So this is our Asta Bandha. Also, take a moment to notice that the arch of our hands are no longer making contact with the earth. That's how we do this here. Let's tuck our toes under and lift up into a downward facing dog, and then you'll really start to see this work as we apply more pressure to the hands. Start to lift up through a downward facing dog. And now we're doing that same thing that we did in our prayer position, the same thing that we did in our tabletop. We're now doing it in our downward facing dog. This is one of the first poses we see in yoga where we really start to feel that we're putting pressure on the hands. And for a lot of us when we're new, this can be really different. We don't usually do this in our day-to-day life. We're not usually inverted like this upside down. So it's really important that we learn how to do the Asta Bandha when we do our yoga practice, because this is really going to help our wrists and our joints. So continue gripping into the mat. Start to redirect that focus of energy that we're seeing here, focusing it more towards the pointer finger and our thumbs. Start to notice if you can shift the weight from the back of the hands almost towards the front of the hands, the center of the hands, rather than the heel of the hands. Remember to actively grip into the mat, pressing into the mat with our finger mounds and our fingertips, almost as if you're clawing the mat here. And then start to bend your knees, lower down, and come to a seat. So that is our Asta Bandha. I will continue cueing this throughout our classes, but it's just one of those foundations of yoga that's really important for us to learn, and it'll really help make your practice a lot stronger and safer. So let me know if this helped you. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so excited that I am posting classes every single Sunday. If you got any value out of this video, please let me know. Leave a comment, like, subscribe. I'd love to hear from you. And yes, again, my name is Alicia. Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day. Namaste. Thank you.